Hello guys, let's try to do a quick recap on new prediction for next week. Last prediction was that I was biased to the downside, and it basically did this move exactly, but my prediction was a little bit a push to the 410 and then moving to the downside, capturing all those buyers unprepared and then flashing to the downside. What it did, it's open with a gap down, moved to the downside, a little bit sideways. Buyers tried to came here. You can see the volume coming up here, and the next candle here. It basically is sitting, I think, on the 50 Fibonacci level we drew last week. Let me check it. You can see it resting on the 50. I don't know if you can call it close below. So probably next target 390. My end target is the 384, 384.50. At the moment, it doesn't mean it could do some reversal and then continue lower. You can see here the stochastic is crossing already. Do we have divergence? This is 10. This is the 10. I don't think we could see some divergence. Even if it move up with the divergence, I wouldn't call it a good entry. I would probably try to wait to see some like this action. This is the movement I like to see to give the confirmation of the move to the upside if it wants to move. Let's see if we have something else. Some resistance at the 397. It can try to reach to the 400, 399, 400, even 450, and rejected. You can see the 200 probably acting as a resistance now. Let's see the 4-hour chart. My prediction was that moving up to the 410, then flashing down, it did just flash down to the downside, so now should reach to this area. It doesn't look that good, but it still validated the sideways move that I was, let's say, predicting. You can see the big sideways move. It's still resting here, which is nice. They come in a little bit push. So probably slowly grinding lower. And from here, probably try to move to the upside. You can see the start of a Wyckoff pattern. People will look at it. So probably something like this. And then try to move up to the upside. This is for the long term. This is the weekly. If we see on the monthly how it looks, sideways move, try to touch. Let's see the middle. This is the high, low. Yeah. If it crosses below the 390, we should push to the 384. Or what? Let's see on the 1-hour chart how it's look. This is moving up. Something here. Sorry, this is moving up. This is definitely a break of trend, so probably push to the upside and then falling back. Oh, yeah, this is down, down, down. This is below. It's trying to push up, so you can see something like this. To try to make another push or sideways, and then probably try to push the upside. For the longer term, I could see it pushing to the 385 through 84.50. Doesn't mean it won't do another push to the 400, even 450, and then try to go lower. Is it? Let's move on to the Qs. Let's wait for it. Told you I'll try to be much quicker. The queue is the same goes. It didn't open with a move to the upside and then flashing, just move down. You can see it. The trend is momentum is negative. The trend started to be negative. It stops on the 200. Same goes here. It touched to a key level of 394. Didn't react much. It's closed below. But I could see it try to make another push and then continue lower. If it will continue lower, it could push to the 280, this area. Let's move it on the daily, see how it looks. The 280, if we take the Fibonacci level here, the 280 is the 61, which is very nice area to fall. You can see the indecision candle. Let's make it bigger. And you can see the doji, you can see the volume, so a lot of price action. Usually you could see it here, but there was no follow. So if it opened, just looking at it, open below the 293, it could push to the upside again. There is no crossing yet, almost. So I could see it maybe fall to the 287 and next target 280, and from the 280 trying to push to the upside. The momentum is still to the downside, so be very careful, take it slow. Let's see it here. If it touched there, it should touch the 285. I don't know if it has the power to reach to the 272, but you can see it here where it is. This is a gap. You can see some people don't call it a gap because it's moved inside this candle, but it closed here. You can see it here, one. This is another gap. So this is a gap which need to be closed here. So I think it will push lower. The buyers are started to buy from a key level. This is just a Fibonacci level. The computer is buying. Let's look it on the weekly how it looks. You can see it. It didn't break the pattern of the down momentum. So I could see it making another push to the downside. And the same goes, you can see the Wyckoff pattern here. Up, this is a false break and then coming to the upside. Could be this way, but could take some time. If we check the 1 hour chart, let's see something. There is no divergence in the 1 hour chart. Could push to the upside. This is a gap which need to be closed. And it will be good because if it closes this gap and push to the downside, you can see the continuation of the momentum, leaving no gap behind. There is still a gap here which need to be closed. So we could probably come to it later. But there is also a possibility that the 300 will be closed and then continue to the downside to the 280. Let's see something if we have something below. Yeah. After the 280, the next target is 266, and this is what this is not that good. This is not that good. Let's check it again. Yeah, the sellers in the house. It probably make retest and then coming back to the downside. We could see some people probably doing this level of Fibonacci and 282. This is the end zone. So this is with the Qs. Let's go for Tesla. All right, Tesla. Prediction with Tesla was very nice. This is the daily. 1, 2, 3, 4. It didn't touch here, but I think it should, and it will come lower. There is some chance for it. If it, let me check something. This is 202, 203. Let's see. No, not that good. It need to move a little bit lower. It need to move a little bit lower, but and then it has the possibilities to move to the upside, but not yet. Tesla target 173. See lots of Fibonacci level drawn here, so could push to this area and then validate the breaking of the trend, because this is a downtrend with Tesla. This is a break of the trend because it broke this high, so it probably come lower and then move to the upside. You see, the buyers don't try to hold because you don't see any big volume, small volume there. If we check it here, Tesla is still strong, not like the market. So be prepared, because if Tesla will cross the zero here with the momentum, it's not that good. It could mean falling to the 160, even the 147 area. This will be a good area to come back and bring the buyers. You also can see the big gap Tesla left behind. At the moment, downtrend, but be prepared for moving to the upside. It could do so, but I still think it needs to move maybe to the 190, and from the 190 it could push higher, maybe like from here, bounce from this 188 and then try to push to the 224. In the longer term, I still think Tesla need to push down, close the gap. With Tesla, nothing is known. This is it. Let's move to Apple. See, let's move to the weekly and see how it looks there. Very nice. Same goes here, nothing much. Red week, so next target 140 probably. Let's check it here. Apple crossed the 151, next target is 144. It's resting on it, it's resting on the blue. Let's see if it could. And you can see the volume is big volume coming at the end of the session. Sellers try to push. Could be 3 candle setups, red, small green, and continuation with red. Be prepared, but you have 200, you have the 143. Would be nice closing this gap, the 145. So probably continuation. Do we have divergence? We don't have divergence. It's try to cross, just open with the gap down, red candle. Will push lower and push the market. The momentum is negative, negative, negative. Could try to make a small reversal, rejected, and then pushing the downside. Let's see how it looks. This is the daily. You can see already crossed below, didn't manage to close above. Small volume compared to the previous big volume. Did it break the trend? It tried to break, didn't. So sideways move. So this is the up. Those area are the downs, the 134. So probably lots of people will wait to the 135, 140 to start to buy and moving to the upside. Let's see how it looks on the 1 hour chart. This is how it looks on the 1 hour. This is moving up. This is the breaks. So sometimes when it breaks, it moves into the up, falls, break to the upside, then continuation to the downside. Is Apple. Let's move. NVDA probably did the same. NVIDIA surprised me a little bit. I could see the move to the upside, while I didn't anticipate, because on the you can see this is a leading indicator. It touched the blue and jump, but it didn't give the opportunity to re-enter here. So it basically opened with a big gap to the upside. NVIDIA, if you look at it historically, you don't see such a big gaps. So probably retest and continue to the upside. You can see momentum is still positive. You can see here the volume. So could be a fake break. Even if it with a nice momentum, it could be a fake break and immediately push to the downside and moving with the market to the downside. So very careful with NVIDIA. Even seems very positive at the moment. Let's see what there's divergence to the down. This is 92.20. This is 91. This is, yeah, there is a divergence to the downside for reversal. So the movement to the upside was with with less power. Let's see if it could continue to the upside. Let's see how it looks on the weekly. You can see it on the weekly. It basically hit the 390, moved to the upside, which is very good. If we take it, the Fibonacci level from here to there, where it is, all right. So could try to touch the 245 and then move to the downside. Be very careful with it. At the moment, big momentum, big candle. You can see the rejection, one rejection, two rejection. It could be a false breakout. Be very careful with it. This is NVDA. Let's move to MRNA. MRNA. Let's move it on the daily. You can see what it did on the daily. This is a big sideways move. See it here. This is the, if people like Wyckoff, I don't like it, but one break, moving down, breaking, try to break, moving up, false break, immediately push to the downside, false break, and immediately. So where is the, where MRNA, where you want to move? Do you want to move to the downside or you want to move to the upside? So be very careful with it. If we look at it here, so we saw the big move to the above the 200, and when we see the break here, we know it will reach to the 157, and it tried to make a false, and then this is again the break, and now it's falling down to the 140. Probably try to close gap at the 120. Be prepared for it. I don't like to trade it yet. You can see how it moves. We look at the 1 hour chart. I can see gaps, big gaps, even behind is closed. This is the big volume coming up with the momentum to the downside, so it doesn't look that good. Meta. All right. Meta slowly grinding to the 155. This is what I have to say about it. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Momentum is negative, so it should fall to the 200 here with a big candle, probably with a big candle, closing the gap. BA, yeah, falling down. Next target 195, 185, nothing new here. Started to be negative, negative. Could start to make a divergence. Remember, we told that if we see a move to the downside, it could make a divergence to the upside, bring in more buyers. So could be ready for it. See the big gap here, it opened. So probably try to close here the gap, and you have the 180. Too far. NBA like to close in reversion. Try to coming back. There is no divergence there, but there is divergence here. So cross, nice volume, because this is a discount opportunity for buyers for the long term. Gold. Moving to the 200s, nothing much there. Grinding lower. Basically moving with the trend. Look here, the trend started to be a little bit positive, so be prepared for it. It could push to the upside, catching some resistance, taking it off pressure, and then move lower again, and then try to push higher if the market will push lower. Oxy. Break the 60. Our key target was the 60, so if it breaks and close below, this is the next target, 50, 60. Pretty simple. Like something, yeah, it broke, so it probably move. Have the cross here, so probably push the downside. Let's sum it up. So could make a reversal, touch the 400 and resistance, and then continue down. the key area and the target is 384.50, 385. So down week should probably rest on this trend, probably cross it, push up, cross it, push up, and then try to decide want to move upside probably in 2 weeks. So this is it, guys. Hope you like it and see you guys later.